Hi, legends. Welcome to another live stream. What is going to happen with Bitcoin here? Are we building up strength for momentum here to the upside? We need to get ready. I see some of the altcoins are at critical breakout levels. And if you don't have your bags packed, you're potentially going to miss out on life-changing opportunities. As always, no financial advice. I'm just here to entertain you, right? And educate and teach you risk management, technical analysis. If you want to learn how to be a successful day trader, you're in the right place. Legends, what is happening with the price of Bitcoin? Finding a little bit of sideways consolidation here at the moment. Is the probabilities higher to move and shoot to the upside? What are some of the levels where we can hit resistance? Or are we going to make a dump? Today is also the FOMC, basically the interest rate decision, a little bit later today. Ooh, what is going to happen, legends? Let me share my screen over here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Can everyone see clearly? Let me just make this nice and so that everyone can see. Let me here smash up the like if you can see me, if you can hear me properly. And let's go through some of the comments and just firstly say hi to the beautiful community. I think yesterday worked quite well where I shared the comments as I was going through everything. I think I need to zoom out like that. There we go. You guys can see my entirety screen over there now. Okay, right. Irina, hi, Devil. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining. What a beautiful screensaver. You're talking about the thumbnail. Yes, I also like the thumbnail today. Mr. Frank, good morning, Devil and Legends. Welcome to the live stream. But Mr. Big Brains, as always, I appreciate your support. Thanks. Yes, smash up the like on your way in. Not financial advice. Come take your daily dose of Devil and smash the like button. Yes, let's go. Let's analyze the high probable scenarios. Satono, hi sir, hello. Mr. Scoot, let's go, Devil. Bags are green. Yes, I mean, we've been waiting, right? We've been waiting. And I must say, there is that sense of, is this too good to be true? Are we going to get another damn rejection to the downside? Are we going to continue this range that we've been in since March? You know, is this just a little bit of hopium and we're just going to smack back down, right? There's always that glimmer of hope and that refusal to believe that this could potentially be true here to the upside. But today we'll analyze the probabilities. And for now, legends, I must say the probabilities are a little bit in the side of still upwards momentum to continue. And I'm not saying we're just going to pump up here to the upside. I'm saying that there's a potential for still a slight deeper correction to the downside. And then maybe we're going to get that God candle that surprises everyone here to the upside. So let's go and check that out in today's live stream. We'll go through some altcoins. We'll go and look at liquidity. We'll go and look at CBD as always. We'll jump through Ethereum. We'll look at ETH BTC chart. We'll look at everything that we need to look at. Dominance. Woo, guys, I cannot explain to you. Dominance. Dominance looks like it wants to break down, wants to break free. Okay, hello, Devil and Legends. Shelby, welcome to the live stream. Thoughts on Fed rate this afternoon in States? Yes. We will go and talk about the Fed interest rate decision. Okay, a little bit later today. The Fed interest rate decision. What time is it? It's at 9 p.m. my time, and this is why I decided to go live now, because I really struggle to do live streams so late at night. Okay, I have my bloodshot eyes because I'm getting ready for bed. I am quite up early in the mornings, so for me to start the live stream or do a live stream during that time, it's a little bit tough. Okay, but I think I know who's going to go live during that time. I think I know. You guys might guess it in the comments as well. And then we have the Fed press conference afterwards. You know, it's quite interesting. Sometimes you see the dump or the pump, and then the Fed conference reverses that move that took place. Right, we will go and check it out and also see some data in terms of what happened during the last 3 or 4 or 5 interest rate decisions. Here we go through some more comments over here. Yeah. Christopher, welcome to the live stream. Morning. Okay, yeah, for some people it's morning. It's crazy to believe that for some people it's morning. For me, it's late. Half past 4 in the afternoon. Okay, for some of you it's evening, and some of you are sleeping. You're gonna watch this a little bit later. Peros, ready for precise TA as always. Yes. That trade from yesterday actually played out to perfection. Okay, we will go through that. You remember that double 1-2 combo that we looked at yesterday actually played out to perfection. Little bit confusing, but it did not take the low. We will go and have a look at that as well. Ariel, hey, look, Lucas, millions of liquidity building right under price. Yes, it would make sense. Okay, we will go and have a look at liquidity. It would make sense. Okay, I just need to get my big fat head here out the way. Let me do this. Now I'm gone. Can you guys still hear me? But I'm still here. Right. Let's reset the look. Oh, well, let's refresh the liquidity over here. Ooh, I do like what I see over here at $74,100. I mean, there's still insane liquidity building up all the way down here. But I have a hunch. We're going to form a higher low. Maybe grab some of this liquidity. If not, just SFP this liquidity and shoot up. Let's see how today progresses. 24-hour. Let's just have a look over here. Ooh, that is that liquidity that I've just showed everyone right over there. Okay, would make sense if we're going to get a monstrous move here to the upside. It would make sense to go and grab this liquidity. Do you guys remember what I told you about liquidity? Do you guys remember? For those of you that weren't here, let me just put myself here back on the screen. Where am I? There we go. There am I. Right, legends. For those of you that don't remember, and I sometimes confuse myself even when I try and explain it, but you'll get the gist of it. Massive market makers. Okay, market maker. The definition basically. The simple definition of a market maker is someone that's trading with enough capital to move the market. Okay, these are people that's trading with hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions. So they cannot go onto an exchange like Binance or Bybit or Mexi, okay, and just throw hundreds of millions in there and press buy or sell. Okay, it would potentially be bad for the market. I'm tripping over my words over there. It would potentially be very bad for the market. Let me just go back here onto the price of Bitcoin. Okay, so if market makers are planning to ride momentum here to the upside, okay, what do? They range price. This is typical market maker behavior. They range price because they want liquidity to build up below, and they want liquidity to build up above, and they want liquidity to build up below. Right? If they are planning to send price higher, right? What market makers will do is they will build up liquidity and they will range the market in such a way that it creates that belief that we are going higher, okay, from where we are right now. Then what they will do is they will send price down, they will fill their bags, and then we will go up. And the reason market makers go for liquidity, like I've just highlighted, okay, I know my head is in the way, but the liquidity over there, right? The reason they go for liquidity, just from an education perspective, is that what is this liquidity? You might ask yourself, well, what is this liquidity? These are liquidation events, people trading with high leverage that's potentially going to liquidate their accounts over here, and it's stop losses, people placing their stop losses over there. So if you are in a long, what happens? You buy Bitcoin. Okay, that's what happens. If you are in a long and you are going to get liquidated over here, it means that you've taken Bitcoin off the table. If you get stopped out or liquidated, what happens? You give it back. Okay, that's what happens. Your stop loss gives the Bitcoin back, right? So if price falls into a liquidity pool, and everyone gets stopped out and you give your Bitcoin back to the market and there's no one to absorb it, what's going to happen to the price? Can you take a guess? Okay, if everyone just gives everyone's liquidity over here, if they give their Bitcoin back to the market and there's no one to buy it, okay, what happens? The market falls, okay, because there's no one to absorb it, there's no one to buy it, so price falls to the downside. And that is how market makers fill their bags, because when price, okay, falls into the liquidity pool, everyone gives their Bitcoin back to the market and the market makers absorb it. Okay, getting some alarms over here, which means the price stands still and it then moves in the opposite direction. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it as best as I possibly can. If liquidity is to the upside, okay, when you place a short in the market, it basically means that you are, how can I say, there's a deficit. It's the best word I can find at the moment. And if you get stopped out and price moves into the liquidity pool above, okay, you are basically taking Bitcoin back out of the pool. And that is, so shorts basically works in the opposite way, right? So if market makers then want to short to the downside, they then absorb that. Okay, but the best way that makes sense for everyone to explain is the long, right? You give Bitcoin back to the market when you get stopped out, they absorb it, price stands still, and that's why I always say you usually get a reaction when you start grabbing liquidity, because that's where the market makers fill their bags and then price heads in the opposite direction. That is how they are able to buy and sell Bitcoin without moving the market. Okay, because if there's one little asshole out there, okay, just imagine if there's one little market maker out there that places $1 billion long position and there's no liquidity, he's going to move the market, right? And it's going to break technical analysis potentially, and it's going to create a lot of confusion. So that's basically the best way that it has been explained to me, and that's how I understand it. Right, let's go back here into the comments. Morning, okay, Saturno, hit the like and share. Thank you so much, Mr. Scoot. I'm thinking 62, 64 correction. Will it be possible? Whew. You want us to go down, baby. You really want us to go down. Okay, I'm purely just looking at this structure here to the upside. Okay, and this is the super bullish structure, right? Basically, you on the 15-minute time frame, I take a fib from this low at $66,800 more or less to this high at $76,400, and I'm saying, okay, there's still a lot that needs to happen over here, okay, before we can just call for $62,000, right? This structure is still bullish. And this could be a three-wave corrective structure, and then the momentum continues. So there's still a lot from a technical perspective that needs to happen before we claim this low. Yes, I have highlighted the scenario yesterday, and I will go through it again today, where there is definitely the possibility to come and take this low, okay? But we also have to acknowledge that this really, really looks like a five-wave structure here to the upside. Can you guys see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an impulsive structure that has obeyed all the rules of Elliott wave theory. It's actually a beautiful five-wave structure, because this morning I discussed it with our Legends Pro community inside of Discord. By the way, link down in the description. Let me just do this. Down in the description, first link down in the description is where you can join our Legends Pro community and also the free community. Okay, where myself and Andy drop daily analysis and technical stuff. There's news, there's trading setups, there's loads of education. You also get access to Andy's masterclass. I think I need to do a masterclass as well. I think I need to go and look at, well, I have already gone through Andy's masterclass, but I think I need to start putting in my own modules as well, especially when it comes to the D-line strategy. Okay. For those of you that are from South Africa, I'm not sure if you get this overseas, please guys, it's not sponsored or anything like that. You might know what this is. Okay, today is a low energy day for me. I've been at gymming crazy, so I just need a little bit of energy today. But this is one of my favorite energy drinks. I do not like Red Bull. Really, I just can't stomach Red Bull. Anyways, that's just a bit of chattery chat over there. But legends, also down in the description, I did see some of you guys signed up with the Bluffin link downstairs. Thank you so much. I really out, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate the support by signing up with this link. And they do still have that special, the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account, up to a maximum of $10,000, right? I don't think a lot of people realize how easy it is to trade volume. Okay, if you have a $10,000 account and you apply 10x leverage to it and you open one trade and you close it, you've already moved $100,000 in volume. That's it. One trade, you've moved $100,000 in volume. If you have $1,000 account and you 10x it, you've moved $10,000 just with one trade. It's very easy to move volume and qualify for these airdrops into your account as you are just trading as you would normally trade, and then money just, wow, a little bonus. I didn't expect that. And the money just, gets airdropped into your account. So I appreciate the people that did sign up with the link. Thank you so much. For those of you that have not, you qualify for this airdrop into your account, and it's also a no KYC option. Okay, Bluffin, this is why it's number one. It's still my number one exchange, Bluffin. Okay, no KYC option, and then weeks with lower fees, only using this link, also no KYC option. Okay, what can I have liked to have talking about? Okay, right. Let's look at this structure over here. How many people have we got on the stream? How many likes do we have? 113 people watching, 51 likes. Ooh, the like button is obviously in a bear market and Bitcoin is here in a bull market. So it's hurting my eyes. Right, legends. So what I want to take you guys through here quickly is, okay, and this is going to be jam-packed with education. Okay, everyone knows a 5-wave structure. Well, everyone has heard at least about a 5-wave structure in Elliott wave theory. This is the easiest structure to count from an Elliott wave perspective. 1 2 3 4 5, bam, A B C, and you continue. Easy peasy. Okay, impulsive structures are the easiest to count in Elliott wave theory. So we're just going to focus on this impulsive structure that's happened right here, okay, because it obeyed all the rules to perfection. So it's a nice little example over here. Right, so first thing is, now you see this structure and you're like, is it a 5-wave structure? Is it not something else? Okay, I mean, then you start taking fib extensions. Let me take this out the way, clean up the chart, switch off this today's stuff, right? I just want to put this back. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Now there's a couple of things that you can do to try and balance the structure to see that, well, does it respect the levels from Elliott Wave International, the theory that you go and study to count the waves? Does it match and does it make sense to be a 5-wave structure? Okay, it's always just a game of probabilities. So now you take a fib extension, and here are some of the rules, legends. Okay, this is a YouTube stream, so I mean, it will be on my channel. You don't have to go and record the session. I see some people send me messages to say that they've recorded the session because they don't want to miss out. I'm like, well, it is on the channel. You can just go and rewatch it. Okay, anyways, you take a trend-based fib, and the trend-based fib, I promise you guys, is going to be your best friend as long as Bitcoin and altcoins goes into price discovery. It's almost the only tool you have left is a fib extension. Okay, but let's go and just quickly analyze the structure to see that, well, can it be a 5-wave structure where we could potentially see a deeper correction to the downside and continuation back to the upside without taking the low? Okay, can it be? So first thing you want to check is, let's first take a fib retracement. Let's start with fib retracement from the low to the high of 1. Here are the rules. Your second wave is usually a sharp, fast wave to the downside. So you have a long wave up here in number one, and look at this nice fast wave to the downside. Short little mini correction, quick and easy, okay? And you form number two, right? So it obeys the rules. The rules for this structure is the 382 up until the 786 is the maximum target. But in this box is where you want to see number two end, okay? It is recommended, and it's like a probability thing, like 70 to 80% of the time, the 786 is the maximum target. And you do increase the probabilities that it's not a 2 anymore when you start tapping the 0.88. But it doesn't invalidate it, it just gives it lower, much lower probabilities. Because the hardcore rule is wave 2 can retrace even 99% of wave 1, which means it can literally fall down, and just before it claims this pivot, it turns around and it goes up. Okay, that is basically the invalidation. Okay, wave 2 is not allowed to take the low, not allowed to. Ideally, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, it will not retrace deeper than the 786. So we actually got a beautiful bounce here on the 50% FIP level in a beautiful three-wave structure, which are corrective structures. Whether it's an ABC, a WXY, I don't care. Corrective structures are usually three-wave structures. Okay, mostly. So you have an impulse, you have a correction. Now you have a massive impulse here to the upside. Bam! Right? Just shot like a crazy thing here to the upside. You can go and measure, well, if you have a 1 and a 2, you can go and measure third wave targets. Beautiful. Okay. Yes, we can do that. That is what's so nice about Elliott wave theory. Now you take your fib extension. You take it from the bottom of 1 because you want to measure this wave that will tell you the targets of the third wave. So from the bottom of 1 to the top to the bottom, you drag it across, snap it on. Okay. Make sure that your levels are nice and tight. Also correct, and you can see a very, very, very common third wave target is the 1.618. Bam! Yes, we shot over a little bit, but it's fine. You can see the price action stopped here. Okay, 1.618, very common third wave. This can also be an ABC, but I don't want to distract everyone now with ABC corrections and things like that. I just want to focus on, okay, so it balances. The 1 and the 2 tick. The common third wave target, oh man, tick. Okay. Then there's another rule that states usually 7 to 8 out of 10 times the third wave has the most amount of volume. And the fifth wave will go higher with less volume. Okay. Number 3, do you have a lot of volume? Yes. Tick. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Okay. Now you've got a lot of ticks over here, and you're like, okay, this is starting to make sense. Okay, now we go to another rule, the fourth wave. Let's speak about the fourth wave. The fourth wave has a maximum target of a fib retracement of not more than the 50%, taken from this low to the high. So now you go and take a fib retracement from the low to the high of 3, okay? And usually, almost always, I can almost say with certainty, almost always, okay, if the fourth wave taps the 0.618, it is no more an impulsive 5-wave structure to the upside. The maximum target is considered between the 50% and the 382, and it can go as shallow as the 0.236. That is the minimum target, but not preferred, but it can bounce as low as the 0.236. This is why I have this level on my Fibonacci. But the most common target is the 0.382 to the 50%, which is the maximum target. That is the maximum target, but both are very common. Where did we bounce? On the 0.382. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Mrs. Coffee Queen, if you are watching, because she also, or he, I'm not sure if it's a he or she, also asked the question yesterday inside of our Legends Pro community. So I thought I will take a little bit of time and just educate everyone on an impulsive structure on Elliott wave theory. Right, so now we have another tick. Wow, okay, we didn't tap the 0.618, we tapped the 382, which is now tick for a fourth wave. Beautiful, okay. Now, last step is the fifth wave. This little puppy over here also has a target. So let me take all the scribble here out the way. And we can go and calculate a fifth wave target here to the upside. So there are three ways to calculate a fifth wave target, okay? The first way is you take, okay, the easiest way, let me rather put it like that. The easiest way is that there's a saying that says the fifth wave can be as long as the first wave. So you literally take a pen and you just drag it like that, or you can take a trend and then you can go and place this here on the fourth wave and see, wow, look at that. Like almost to the dollar. Exactly. The fifth wave is exactly the same length as the first wave. That is one way to measure it, and that's the easiest way, but it's not the most reliable way. Okay, I don't prefer to use this method. The method that I prefer is, that is the easiest method. You just want to see, okay, the fifth wave, same length as the first wave. Oh, there's a possibility for this impulse to be done. Dum, dum, dum. Okay. The second way to measure it is you take a fib extension from the top of 3 to the bottom of 4. And you drag it, you click, you drag it across so you can get your levels. And then you go and reverse it between the 1.236 and the 1382. Very, very, very common fifth wave targets. And guess what? We tapped the 1.236 to perfection, where we got the rejection to the downside. So it's tick. It's respecting this move, tick. It's respecting the Fibonacci, which is a fifth wave target. And even if it tapped the 1.23, the 1.382, it's also a tick. So you have to now consider, well, what if this is the end of the impulse and we're going to make a deeper correction to the downside? It would then be silly, right? It would then be silly just to continue from here to $80,000. Because the rules state you have a five-wave impulsive structure, you have a correction, then you have continuation. It would be very strange to see a 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and it just continues forever. It doesn't turn around. Okay, that's where Elliott wave theory becomes a little bit more tricky, because you can have double 1-2s, triple 1-2 combos, whatever the case might be. But you know, we just here now to discuss this simple bullish structure over here. The other way to measure, the last way to measure the fifth wave, okay, and I know this is very complicated, this is very technical, you might not remember everything, but I promise you guys, the more I repeat this and the more I go through this during my live streams, the easier it will become. Okay, it's repetition. The other way is you take a fib from the low of 1 to the top of 3 to the bottom of 4, you drag it across, you reverse it. Okay, this is usually considered the more bullish scenario, okay, for a fifth wave, where you can tap the 0.618. And as you can see, we have not tapped it. But where we stopped over here does make sense. Okay, so unfortunately, the fifth wave to the upside does have a couple of targets, but we have tapped one. Right, so those are basically the rules of Elliott wave theory. It is as simple as I can possibly explain it, but for a five-wave impulsive structure, there are leading diagonals, there are three-wave leading diagonals, there are ending diagonals, there are double 1-2 combos, there are WXY corrective structures, there are triangles, there are ABCDEs, there are, I mean, you guys can see here inside the Elliott wave section, there's a lot of things that you can go through. Okay, it gets more complicated than that, but this is the easiest structure, and that's why I want to just speak about the structure and show everyone what I mean over here. Okay, so now Now the question is, based on what I've just told you, do you believe, okay, that price is just going to fall to the downside and take the low? That is now the conundrum. Before I continue, let me go through some more comments. It's really nice to talk to the community over here. Mr. Fast, welcome to the live stream. How are you? I'm wonderful, thanks. Bobby Wood, Andy. Was Andy here? No, Andy's not. I don't see Andy here. Oh, you guessed Andy. Yes, who's going live tonight? Oh, you guessing Andy? Okay, cool. Okay. Sorry, took me a while to get my bearings over there. Yeah, smash up the like. 187, 184 people watching. 85 likes. Oh, we can do better than that. That like button, a little bit bearish. So Tuno Deal, best technical analysis channel. But you're yawning, right? You're yawning. That's how boring it is. Technical analysis, I know, is boring. I am trying to make it as exciting as I possibly can. And I mean, if you want to learn technical analysis, if you want to learn how to trade by yourself without following anyone, this is the channel for you, okay? Andy's channel is for you. If you want to just find signals and trading setups without knowing how to do proper technical analysis and proper risk management, you need to go follow someone else. Okay, go follow someone that drives a Ferrari and shows off their Rolex watches. Okay, Frank. Hello to all. Welcome to the live stream. Open space, great content. Thank you. BTC Boss, thanks for the great and clear explanation. The Elliott wave theory is amazingly correct often. Yes, it is. And Elliott wave theory is also the only trading strategy or the only theory that we have available to us that can potentially predict where the price is going to go. It's a prediction tool. Okay, that is what Elliott wave theory is. The frustrating part about Elliott wave theory is that it's very complex and it takes a lot of time to master it. And you always have a bullish and a bearish case scenario. So which one do you believe? Okay. And that is why I also like Elliott wave theory, because each bullish and bearish case scenarios has invalidation levels. And then you know where the probabilities lies. So Elliott wave theory gives you, what is the word that I'm looking for? It gives you directional bias. That's the word. Okay. Devil said it. It's too late. Thank you so much, Devil. Mr. Fast status. I speak for Chainlink. It's not too late for alts to buy yet. Yes, I think Chainlink is definitely one of those. Definitely one of those. Not too late. Please, guys, whatever I say over here is not financial advice. Do your own research. You press the buy button at the end of the day. Don't do anything because I told you to do it. You need to take accountability and responsibility for your own shorts and longs and investments at the end of the day, okay? But for me, I already bought a bag of Chainlink, but I do think from an investment perspective, it's not too late. Okay, I learned so much from this channel. Really one of the best YouTube. Thank you, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗽. I find TN insanely interesting. Yes, and this is why I do it. And this is why I started the YouTube channel and sharing it with you guys, because you sit with this. It feels like you sit with this knowledge just for yourself. I think it would be so selfish to go through the pain and losing money during the learning process, trying to understand Elliott wave theory, and then finally when everything starts clicking and making sense, just to keep it for myself feels selfish. I feel that I need to share my knowledge, and hopefully through this process I can fast track your learning process so that you don't have to go through the pain that I went through. And I can honestly tell you guys, I went through a lot of pain learning how to trade. It wasn't easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I just sat one day and I started trading and I was successful. I most probably made all of the mistakes that you made plus more. Okay. I'm in the same boat as you. You have FOMO. I had FOMO. You burned an account. I burned an account. You got scammed. I got scammed. You bought the wrong NFT that got rug pulled. I bought the wrong NFT that got rug pulled. I had money in FTX. I lost a lot of money in FTX. I had a Luna. Was it Luna? The stable coin. I had a massive bag of Luna. and I lost all of it. So I've been there, I've been through the pain, I've bought the wrong stuff, I've made the mistakes, but you just have to not give up. Okay, this is why I'm sitting here today, is because I have not given up, and I've finally climbed the mountain. Okay, and I'm now picking the fruits of my rewards, because there were many days where I wanted to give up. I cannot tell you guys how many times I said fuck this, right? Like literally fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore, I can't lose more money, it's been enough. And I'm still here. I'm still here trading. I'm still here trading. Don't buy anything until rate cuts decision at 2 p.m. Yes. BTC target. We'll go through that in a moment. Buy the dip. Truly goated. Oliver, thank you so much. So to 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 and smash the like, people. Awesome content. BTC boss, thank you so much. Watch out. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, you using any hardware wallet? Yes, for my big bags, I am. It's a Trezor that I'm using. But I also, when I tell you guys down in the description, here's the exchanges that I use. I truly use all of them, because when I lost my money with FTX, okay, that was a big fucking wake-up call for me, is to say that I need to diversify my funds, especially if you have large capital that you're trading with. Okay, I have money in Bluffin, I have money in Weeks, I have Bybit, I have 𝗞𝗍𝗂𝗍, all spread out, so that if something happens, like what happened to FTX or something, most the Fed is going to investigate one of the exchanges, everyone pulls their money, the whole bloody exchange falls apart, gets liquidated. I don't want to go through that again. So I've got my money spread out throughout the exchanges that I use for trading, and then my long-term portfolios are hidden in off the exchanges. Okay. Cool, legends. Let's just quickly wrap up the comments. I think there was something else as well. What about live trading today? I mean, if there's an opportunity, we can definitely give it a go. If you buy alts, have you have an exit plan, not just moonbags, SLTPs? Yes, there are some indicators, but we're very far away. I'm not even going to talk about that today. Okay, I think once altcoin season is truly in motion and people start getting euphoric, I think that will be the time where I will start doing streams to say that, guys, I think you need to start taking profits. These are the tools that I use to give me confidence that I need to start taking profits. So it's too early. It's too early to talk about that right now. But the good news is there are tools and indicators that you can use to more or less gauge where you need to start taking profits, especially when the market starts getting very overheated, very euphoric. Bitcoin is going to $1 million. It's never going to turn around again. When that sentiment starts floating in the air, it's a good time to start taking profits. And you might not catch the top. It's very difficult to catch the top, but you can catch it close enough. Okay, cool. Right. FTX was a disaster for a lot of us. Good to see that you have risen like the phoenix. Thanks, Psalm 91. Go 𝗬𝗍𝘍𝗽. Jacosta, thank you. Dr. Steiner 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, when you draw trend lines, do you convert to a line chart first? And no, I don't. I just look at the candles. I have tried the line charts on the larger time frames. They work pretty well. I do see some people do like the line charts. It's just, it's not for me. It's not for me. I really like the candles with the wicks, because the wicks is what I'm looking for. Okay, what is your target for BTC? I would say that my conservative target for BTC is around the $100,000 mark, which is what most people are aiming for. My most bullish target, like my most extreme bullish target, is $300,000. BTC breakout, also target for ETH. We can go work out a target for ETH. It shouldn't be that difficult. 𝗬𝗍𝘍𝗽, what do you think shorting BTC at 80 trend-based FIB on the reverse from yesterday's high to the low? Yes, we can go and check that out in a moment. Cool, guys. I've caught up with the comments. I just want to pop these comments back into my thingy over here, so that if something happens to the stream, you guys can let me know. Okay, cool. So I just want to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, that looks better, much better. Right, legends, let's go into the analysis. Okay, cool, legends. So now that I've explained to everyone Elliott wave theory over here, let's quickly, okay, I know it gets boring, but it is interesting. I've now explained to you guys the impulsive structure. Let's just quickly go through the corrective structure. Okay, it's a lot simpler. Well, let's just quickly go through a simple corrective structure in the form of an ABC. Okay, there, you guys see that? ABC, which is basically ABC, right? Which basically means that this corrective structure corrects the impulse. Okay. And it usually has, from a timing perspective, when you take a fib extension from the low to the high, your corrective structure ideally in a perfect world has a one-to-one relationship. So you want your corrective structure in a perfect world to end over here at the one-to-one, which basically means you have a beautiful impulse and you have a corrective structure that does not take the low, but in time they spent the same amount of time, so that is a one-to-one. So if this took 10 days, that takes 10 days. Okay, that's in a perfect world over here. And you will see, and I mean, please go and change your Fibonacci settings as well. The reason I have a 382 in red is because that's considered the minimum target for corrective structure. After an impulse to the upside, ideally, the minimum target should be after the 0.382. And this is why I have it in red, because it's not preferred. It's actually a danger zone. You don't want actually the corrective structure to end inside of this zone over here. You want it preferably to end at the 0.618, which is an orange. So now it becomes less dangerous. Okay, this is why I made them red, orange, and green. So the deeper your corrective structure goes into this territory, the better. Okay. So ideally what you want to see is, from a timing perspective, that your corrective structure finishes round about this zone over here. Okay. So there's timing in Elliott wave theory as well. Then usually what a corrective structure basically looks like is, let me just switch this on because everyone likes to see the lines. Okay. Is a three-wave structure. Okay. All corrective structures are three-wave structures. Can you guys see? I can even show you what happened over here. You have an impulse, you have a three-wave corrective structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Okay. You've ended the impulse over here, you have a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. You end the impulse over here. Now what you want to see is a three-wave structure. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's the simplicity, or the simplest way that I can explain it. And right, B wave. Okay, usually what you want to do is the A wave. Okay, the A wave you cannot measure. You cannot measure the A wave. Unfortunately, it has no measurement. I have done research. I've tried. If you guys know how to measure A wave, by all means, let me know. I cannot find the measurement, even in all the Elliott wave theory books and websites that I've gone through. The one thing that Elliotticians do agree on is that usually your A wave more or less taps the fourth wave. Okay, so in this zone, you can have an A wave, right? It doesn't have a measurement, but we can measure the B wave at least. And the B wave, although a little bit easier than the A wave, is the most difficult wave to trade. And usually when myself and the pro community the Legends Pro community, when we know we are in a B wave, we all go, like, B waves are very difficult to trade. Okay, one of the ways to trade a B wave, or one of the targets of a B wave, is the B wave can exceed the fifth wave in a flat. That's what they call a flat. And then usually the C wave is also a flat. What a flat means is that the corrective structure takes the high and it takes the low. So it takes the high and it takes the low, which is called a flat corrective structure. Okay. In a normal zigzag, okay, because this is a zigzag, right? You could have something like that. Or you could have, ideally, it's nice to see the C wave take the A wave. You take a Fibonacci, okay? I'm not sure, to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure if the A wave is finished because the structure looks very sideways here at the moment. But let's see. You take a fib from the high, and let's pretend that this is the A wave, and we are now going up to make the B wave. The B wave has its favorite target is the 0.382. I have noticed when I backtested this, the B wave really loves the three, from a shallow perspective, it loves the 0.382 and it loves the 0.88. It loves those two. Okay, but it can bounce at any of these fib levels. That's what makes them so difficult to trade. Okay. But then let's say the B wave goes up here and it taps the 0.88. It doesn't take the high. It's a normal zigzag here to the downside. The C wave is easy to calculate because you just literally take a fib extension from the high of 5 to the low of A. Okay, let's say A ended over here to the high of B. You drag it across, and then you have your famous C wave targets: 1-to-1 extension, 1.236, and an extended C wave is the 1.618. And you will see, even if the C wave, I've often seen, even if the C wave comes to the 1.618, as the movement to the downside hits each level, okay, you get a bounce. And if it wants to continue, you get a bounce. And then maybe it will stop there and it will start reversing. And I usually trade those bounces. I trade them, okay, with good risk management. So that is basically a bullish structure on Elliott wave theory, including the corrective structure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content, but I just want to stress, okay, if you now take a normal fib from the low to the high, okay, depending on how this corrective structure is going to develop, because it's still very young, I'll be, it's not even at the 0.382 from a timing perspective. The A wave could potentially not even be finished. If we fall down here, we could then only form the A wave, and then we jump up here, and then we make the B wave, okay, and then we fall down here, then we make the C wave, then we have that beautiful 1-to-1 extension. So corrective structures, unfortunately, are extremely difficult to trade, and they can form into double zigzags, triple zigzags, WXYs. Yeah, they really get complicated. Okay. The impulses are easy to trade because you can trade them with a D-line strategy with the momentum breakouts to the upside. Right. So now looking at this entire structure from the low to the high, okay, yes, we can still come and bounce here by the 50%, which can then say, okay, the C wave can either end here, it can end by the 382, basically SFPing from these lows, it can go all the way to the 0.618, and what you want to see as a maximum target is the 786. And the reason you want the 786 to be the maximum target, okay, because you want to create another wave to the upside. When you have 5 impulsive waves to the upside, and you have a 3-wave corrective structure to the downside, you're most likely going to stop anywhere in this zone and make more 5-wave structures to the upside, because the impulse is to the upside, the correction is to the downside, and the continuation is back to the upside. So this structure has the potential to stop in this zone, and off to the races we go. Okay. So the maximum target for the bulls, the maximum target, if we do get it, is $68,860 at the 0.786. Bam. $68,860.40. Depending on which exchange you use to do your analysis, that level will definitely differ. Okay. If this is the correction that's starting over here. Okay, cool. Legends. There's just another thing that I want to highlight over here. Okay. And this is where, this is where the wheels fall off. Okay. And someone throws a spanner in the mix. Is that this 5th wave could potentially not be finished. I do see the potential for this 5th wave to maybe still move up a little bit higher. Because you have to remember that each structure, okay, and this is what looks a bit dirty to me here at the moment, is that each structure, each wave has to have 5 waves inside of it. So I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beautiful, tick. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I know on most exchanges we did actually claim that high. Okay, so I can count 5-wave structure inside of the third wave. But I really, really, really struggle to count 5 waves inside of this structure. So when you zoom out, okay, sometimes when in doubt, you need to zoom out. And if you can't see the structures clearly on the 1 hour time frame, then, okay, because what I can see over here is a clear 1, 2, 3. Where's 5 to complete the 5th wave? So if you're saying the 5th wave is complete, where's 5? That's what's concerning me here at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wanted to see that, and I didn't. So based on this problem that I see over here, I just have a little bit of a what-if scenario. What if the 5th wave is not done? Okay, maybe it still needs to move up here. Tap the 0.618 when you take a fib extension from the low to the high to the low. Okay, 0.618. Maybe the 5th wave is going to end over there, and then only are we going to start the correction to the downside. So I'm just keeping that in mind. Okay, it is a bit concerning, but it's not an invalidation. Okay, cool. So now I can take all of this stuff out the way. I hope you guys enjoyed the education over here. Smash up the like if you've learned something. And now we will go and assess the probabilities here to the upside. Okay. Now, legends, this is where things become very interesting. So let's take this out the way. Let's go back onto the 4-hour time frame, and let me show you guys where now things become really, really interesting. Okay. Remember, just remember, guys, if you'd like to come and trade with me, down in the description, bluffing, no KYC. The more you trade, more money gets airdropped into your account. Weeks, $380 and 3 simple steps. And one of the exchanges with the lowest fees at the moment, where you don't have to KYC. Okay, so currently I'm really enjoying trading on these two at the moment. Okay, I do still do some high leverage trades on 𝗖𝗍cie because obviously it's still one of the exchanges with the lowest fees, but you have to verify yourself. So depending on which country you're from, you might not be able to do that. Okay, legends. Now, let's look at, you can actually look at this entire structure. And maybe before we get to that, one thing I quickly wanted to discuss, let's go to the daily time frame and just look at the FOMC. The last times we've had FOMC. Okay, I mean, it's not really a good indicator because it had such mixed signals. Can you guys see? The first no, not the first one ever, but the first one I have over here on the 30th of Jan, we had a nice little consolidation after the FOMC and after the interest rate decision, and then we had a pump to the upside. But most of them created a little bit of dumpy action to the downside. Dump to the downside. Massive dump to the downside. Dump to the downside. This one had a pump to the upside. So now the question is, based on what I'm seeing over here, you can't really draw a conclusion in terms of what are the probabilities based on this interest rate decision over here, looking at past data, because it's just all over the show. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. What I do know is that when you zoom into the smaller time frames, what I do see on the smaller time frames is if price is going up and the interest rate meeting just before, even just before the decision gets announced, okay, when you have, let me just do that, you get that last blast off. The news comes out and you get the fake out, okay? And then the fake the conference takes place and it continues to the upside. And then after the meeting, the price stabilizes again. So not really great price action to trade. And this is why I try and stay out of the market when there's news events, okay? You will very seldom, very, very seldom find me trading the market with large positions when there's news. I might take my play account, okay, maybe sometimes on weeks, I might take my play account and go and 50x a small position just for the fun of it, okay, money that I'm prepared to lose, just to see if I can catch it or not. Legends, my mic, can you guys hear me properly? Because I only realized now my mic was not plugged in. This sound. Does this sound better? Guys, does this sound better? My mic was not plugged in. I saw the cable now just lying here next to me. So I'm sure this sounds a hell of a lot better. Okay. Yes, now I have my radio voice back. Louder, better, crisper. Woo. Guys, you should have said something. I'm just like, I look down and I see the cable lying here and I'm like, oh God, you guys have been listening to Mr. Echo over here with this bad mic quality. Okay, the sound is good. No worries. You sound louder now. Okay, cool. It sounded fine as well. Okay, perfect, perfect. As long as you guys could hear me and I didn't, irritate someone with the bad quality of what I was trying to do over here. Yeah, now awesome. Okay, cool, guys. So, I mean, quite frankly, these lines don't mean anything. Okay. What I have seen in the markets is that it's very weird how the sentiment in the market works, is that when there's extreme bullish momentum behind the market, it almost doesn't matter how bad the news is, it will then just consolidate price. And when news is okay, not even great, price just jumps to the upside. Okay. So I have a hunch, if price or the interest rate decision is exactly as expected, we might get that drop, what I've identified here on the smaller time frames. So, we have to play out the what if scenarios. I see we are getting the pump, maybe the fake pump here to the upside. We just have to consider when you take a flip from the low to the high, okay, what if scenario, price pumps into the interest rate Fed decision and then it comes out as expected. Maybe you get the drop here to the 382, 50%, 618, and then we continue momentum to the upside. And all the meeting is going to do is going to give us that nice entry. Okay. Just have to consider that because this little structure over here is still bullish until proven otherwise. And it would be interesting also, while price is falling, if price is falling to the downside and you see strength in terms of CVD. Okay, let's go and have a look at CVD over here. Let me refresh this. Price is breaking out. Let's go on to the 15-minute time frame. Ooh, is that the low on the 15-minute? Yes. Oh, guys, price is going to have to do a miracle, okay, to create bullish CVD against this pivot. It's going to have to do an absolute miracle. Can you guys see how far CVD is from this pivot? Look at this pivot over here. Okay, it's that pivot, it's that pivot, and it's that pivot. And look at where CVD is. I mean, just on white, CVD has to do this to form bullish CVD if price is going to fall here to the downside. So it looks a bit bearish. I have to say it looks a bit bearish. So it will be more important to pay attention to local CVD and don't look at the larger time frame CVD, because the local CVD always supersedes any larger time frame CVD. If there's bullish CVD inside of these small structures, price is going up. If there's local bearish CVD, it's going to push price down, regardless of what larger time frame CVD you see. Okay, so now let's go look at CVD more locally. Somewhere here on the 3-minute time frame, do I spot any bullish or bearish CVD? Nada. No bearish CVD. Okay. There was actually bullish CVD. Okay, CVD on yellow fell down between those two lows. The target was the high. It took the high. So there is still some local bullish CVD building up between these little dips. Okay, but no weakness just as yet. Okay, so cool, legends. We spoke about, okay, FOMC. I'm going to FMOC. I'm going to take that out because it just, we don't know, right? We don't know whether we're going to fall or climb. And based on previous data, it's not showing us much. The one structure I just want to pay it or draw your attention to, BTC trendline breakout now. Yes, I mean, that was a potential trade. Let's go here onto the 5-minute time frame. I mean, this is one of the trades I highlighted this morning in our Legends trading community. Okay. Sorry, guys. I must have, I got distracted by all the other stuff. There's your breakout. Does it have the chance? Okay, does it have the chance? Remember when I took you guys through the Elliot wave explanation and I said this could potentially be the high, but I did raise my concerns about why I believe we could potentially still go higher, because I'm struggling to count a 5-wave structure inside here. Really struggling. So now I'm also thinking to myself, well, what if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It kind of ends in a contracting diagonal and then it falls to the downside. That's the only scenario that I still see here at the moment, based on this structure. Okay. If you want to count this, I'm not sure who is very familiar with Elliott wave theory over here, but if you want to count this as a 1, 2, 3, it doesn't make any sense. So is this 3, 4, 5? Like those fourth wave has to be at least the same length as your second wave. And then one could argue, okay, well, what if it's that double 1, 2 that we spoke about yesterday? Well, by the way, guys, yesterday, do you guys remember what we spoke about yesterday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we had a FIP yesterday during my live stream. I took a FIP here from the low to the high. Okay. And the game of probabilities, I said if we tap the 0.88, we increase the probabilities of coming to take the low, and we didn't tap it. Like just by a hair, we didn't tap it. We held support by the 786 and we claimed the high and these highs that I spoke about last night. I said, if this level, guys, if this level can hold the 786, if it can hold, it has a high chance of claiming this high and these highs. Tick. Played out to perfection. I have to agree, this was not easy. Very choppy, but it held the level. Okay, so if you had your stop here below the low, which is the clear invalidation, you would now have some profits in the bags. And I did see that some of the Legends Pro community, they played this trade to perfection, took profits by the highs and closed their positions here by this high. So beautiful trade in the bag for some of the Legends. Okay. Right, Legends. The other thing I want to highlight over here is when things, okay, yes, sir, BTC near daily open. Let's do a fixed range profile. I want to see where we are. Ooh, that's where we're currently getting the reaction. Let's go to the 15-minute, because sometimes the levels differ. Guys, if we're going to claim, okay, break out from the value area high over here, you can see that's where we're getting the reaction, okay? Getting the reaction at the value area high. So this is either going to be a rejection back to the downside, but if it can punch through and flip the area into support, it has a high chance to come and claim the high once again. Because I don't see any weakness on CVD at the moment. As long as it doesn't reject here, because it can, it looks like a breakout and then it's a fake out because you are facing resistance over here. I mean, I don't have to say I think so, but you can see it. Okay, you can see that's where price is struggling at the moment. I do see some green volume kicking in. So it looks like green volume here at the bottom is increasing. So maybe it's going to build up a little bull flaggy, okay, build up momentum and punch through. Let's see. But it has a chance. It definitely has a chance because I don't see any weakness on CVD. Nada. Nothing. Okay. There's nothing. The only weakness I saw on CVD was last night while I was sleeping. Okay. You form a lower high on price, lower high, higher high on CVD. Can you guys see that? Higher high in CVD, lower high in price. The target is the low and we took it. We took it, right? So you guys can see how accurate CVD is. It's really a great indicator, especially when you go into price discovery and you want to play the momentums to the up and to the downside. It's a really powerful indicator to use. It is round about 74% accurate, so it is a trustworthy indicator. And what I love about CVD is it's a real-time indicator. It uses live data to show you who is longing and who is shorting the market. Okay, is it dumb? You know, sorry for the language. Is it dumb money or is it smart money playing the move here to the upside? And for the moment, it looks like it is market makers pushing the price up. Okay, piercing through the value area high at the moment, and I think that's also where the daily open is. JGD. BTC near daily open. I mean, if it's going to smash the daily open, most likely it's going to go higher. Okay. But what I want to show you guys, and I actually had this trend when I started the live streams. You guys remember, I just took them out to do some of the analysis. This is a trade that I highlighted during the previous, this morning with the Legends Pro community, because you can also see here, I mean, guys, the beauty, okay, which we call the D-line strategy, the one-line strategy, whatever you want to call it, okay? And I'm sure I'm not the person that invented this. It's most probably used by a lot of traders. They just call it different things. Is that you don't have to know anything about Elliott wave theory. You don't have to know fib extensions. It is nice to know at least fib extensions and fib retracements. Those two is very important because it can show you where to take profits so that you maximize your trades. But even if you don't know them, okay, if you don't know anything about anything, but you know the D-line strategy and you have back tested it, you have reversed, okay, you have reversed the price action up until March, go back up until March, put it on the 15-minute time frame or the 1 hour time frame, whichever is your favorite time frame, and go and backtest the D-line strategy. I guarantee you, you will learn so much, not just on is it a profitable strategy, you will also learn how trends form. The personality of Bitcoin, when it has fake outs, when it has true breakouts to the upside. By backtesting a strategy teaches you the personality of the coin that you are trading. Okay, so this is also, in my view, one of the most powerful strategies to trade price action, especially when we are in price discovery. Because you have to remember, okay, if I go onto the daily time frame, a lot of traders struggle, are going to struggle where price is at the moment. They're really going to struggle because a lot of traders rely on daily levels. Okay, let me switch them on. Daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, when you have price action to the left, you have daily levels. You have another daily level over there that are actually deleted because it got invalidated. You have monthly levels. You have point of controls, weekly point of controls, monthly point of controls. You have value area range. You can go and draw your little value area range. You can find the point of control, the value area high, like I've just done here on the smaller time frames. But I can tell you guys now, when price goes into price discovery, a lot of traders struggle. They really, really struggle because they don't know how to trade something that has no data to the left because it's open. There's nothing. Okay, you're in price discovery. You don't have price action to the left to see where you can hit resistance and take profit. Okay, where you could get a reaction for short to the downside. It's very difficult for some traders. And I can tell you guys now, because I've done it during the previous bull cycle, okay, when this happened here to the upside, when this happened, I can tell you guys now, I made insane amounts of money with my D-line strategy, okay, because we went into price discovery. A lot of very technical traders struggled. Elliott wave traders still did well, okay? Depends on if you've been through previous bull cycles or not, okay? Because when you start zooming into the 1 hour time frame or even the 15-minute time frame, you can go and reverse, guys. You can go and reverse the price action. Your replay button over there, you can go and reverse the price action. Zoom into the 15-minute, 1 hour time frame, and you go and apply the D-line strategy, and you will see the insane amount of gains you would have made here just on Bitcoin. Never mind some of the altcoins, okay? So that's what you do. You reverse the price action. You switch maybe here to the 1 hour time frame, depending how much time you have to trade per day, and you go press play. And then for those of you that's watched my Back to the Future update, okay, you'll know exactly. It's a little bit fast. It's a little bit fast. Okay, well, you can decide how fast or slow you want to play it, but you can see you can change your settings here. You can make it slower. You can make it super fast. Okay, it's just very difficult to apply a strategy with price action that moves this quick. So 3x for me is a nice time, but just to pause it over here, let's go back here on live. Go to my YouTube channel, and I know most of you have already watched it. Go to my YouTube channel, click on live, my live videos, scroll down until you see a purple Back to the Future. There we go. Let me just zoom in properly over here. Let's try this. Okay, there we go. Back to the Future, still losing money trading. Watch this. That is where I took link, I reversed the price action, and I showed everyone how I apply the D-line strategy to make insane gains. And this is one of the strategies for me that works really well, especially when you are in aggressive momentum to the upside, like a proper bull cycle. Dominance starts dropping, your favorite altcoins just rampage to the upside. The D-line strategy is very powerful. Okay, so go check this out if you want to know more about the D-line strategy. There was another video that I made. Okay, you go to videos. For those of you that haven't seen this one, okay, where I talk about the same thing, maybe in a bit differently. I think I actually took Solana in this one. You go to my, to my home page, and then under my tutorials, you'll see that there's one that says, just copy me. Yes, this one. Do you guys see that one? So for those of you that have watched Back to the Future, here's another one where I explain exactly the same thing a little bit differently. And I think I actually went into a little bit more detail on this one. Okay, so go check that out because it's a beautiful strategy to prepare yourself for what is potentially about to happen over here. Okay, just want to clear these notifications. Cool. Are we still pumping? Ooh, come, droppy drop. We're struggling to break the value area high. Okay, let me just cancel all of this. Yes. Go back to where we were. Oh, here we go. Okay. Right. So, I mean, just to conclude, what I wanted to say over here, Legends, is when price goes into price discovery, a lot of traders struggle. And if I zoom in here onto the 15-minute time frame, okay, just to give you a brief example of this, just this structure that we counted now from an Elliott wave perspective. So without knowing anything about Elliott wave theory and all these crazy things that Devil talk about from a technical perspective, I mean, just look at this. I mean, doesn't it look like it is a strategy that works? Okay, even when I just do this. I know it looks simple if I just do it like this, but you could have had 1, 2, 3, 4 successful trades so far here to the upside by being patient and waiting for the trend to form. Okay, you have to, and that's why they say patience rewards. Don't just fucking FOMO into every single trade. You are going to burn your account because you have to be patient. You have to wait for price to consolidate, to give you the proper trend that you are looking for. You play the breakout, you know how to exercise risk management, you take profits. Okay. You have to be robotic, you have to stick to your rules, and you have to execute your rules. Again, breakout, stop loss, you take profits by the highs, you can always leave some of the position open for higher levels. And I think what I'll maybe do in Back to the Future too, because there's a sequel coming out, I will show you guys another strategy to maximize your profits to the upside, where you don't have to necessarily close your position every time you claim the highs. You leave some open, and where do you take profits to the upside? Okay. There is another strategy that I use where you don't close the position. You take profits, but you re-enter. Okay. So you take a breakout, you put your stop loss, you take a little bit of profits off the table, like 50%, you wait for the next consolidation. As soon as that breakout occurs, you add to your position, which drags up your entry price, which means you can protect your entry, and you ride it to the upside. You wait for the next consolidation. But this strategy I didn't want to talk about yet because we are not in full bull market. We were still ranging, and the strategy doesn't work in a ranging market. It doesn't work. Okay, but it does work beautifully in a bull market. It really does. I mean, guys, look at look at this. How can you take advantage? You have to ask yourself the question. I'm looking at this dildo that goes here to the upside. How can I take advantage of this move without missing out with good risk management? Okay. I can tell you guys there were so many D-line strategies where you could have played. I mean, this is on the daily time frame. Breakout after breakout after breakout after breakout. Okay. Breakout, and you could have just ridden the whole momentum to the upside until you get stopped out. Okay. It's a really powerful strategy, and you need to go and practice it to perfect it. You need to reverse the price of your favorite altcoin or Bitcoin, whichever one you want to trade, if this continuation is going to continue here to the upside. Okay, and for those of you that believe that we are not going to continue a bull market here to the upside, I have taken everyone through this model. Okay, and maybe before I briefly discuss this, let's go through some comments. Let me do this. Let me pop it out to pop out chat. Let's do this. Okay, and let me zoom in a little bit. Is it this one? So everyone can see. Right, now everyone can see. Cool. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗶će overlocking. Thanks for the teaching, 𝗬𝗿𝘆𝗽. Amazing strategy. Pleasure. You know, I don't mind sharing knowledge because, I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me. I want you to succeed. I want to give you the tools so that you can go and build your own trading strategy. And then maybe you can go and teach someone one day, like, look at this trading strategy that I've used successfully to stay profitable as a trader. Okay. Thanks for, please explain more D strategy on how to execute them and manage SL. Okay, so please go check out those 2 videos that I have made. And if you still have any questions, I can go into more detail. But, you know, also there's a lot of teaching that takes place inside of our Legends Pro community. Okay, if you guys would like to join our Pro community, down in the description, you click on more. First link, okay, will take you to a page like this. This link, can you guys see? This link will take you to this page. We have a free section and we have a pro section. Myself and Andy do spend a lot of time in here educating, discussing trading setups. Andy's masterclass, you get access to Andy's masterclass worth $1,000. Okay, absolutely insane. You get all of the crypto news from Twitter summarized into one document 3 times a day. You get DGen Alpha from our top researchers in our team. Okay, the latest meme coins, where the trends are, where the bees are going to, where the money is flowing, type of thing. Okay, you get access to all of that, and inside of the free section, you also get access. It's just a little bit limited, but you still get research every 3 times a day. You still get trading setups. Great to surround yourself with like-minded people. Okay, and also, guys, the free section, I really enjoy that. If you do want to show me something on a chart, because I know it's difficult to type things out on YouTube, join our free Discord community, because what I really enjoy, like what happened yesterday. Let's go here onto the chat. Let me share my screen. Let me do this. So here's our free section over here. Okay, I obviously have a lot of more menu stuff because I'm an admin, so it will be a lot more cleaner and simple for you guys. If you want to show me something on Bitcoin, for example, okay, someone shared this chart with me yesterday. I'm a picture person, and sometimes you want to show me something that's difficult to type out in words. You can always just join our free Discord community, and then when I go through the comments over here, you can say, hey, Devil, I just posted something, go check it out. What do you think? And then we can all see it together. Okay, I don't have to try and guess what you are trying to tell me, because it is sometimes a little bit of a nightmare to try and figure out when people explain technical analysis and I can't see the technical analysis. I am a very visual person. Okay, so cool. So definitely a benefit of joining the free Legends Discord community. And right, let me let me go back. Yeah, so basically what I wanted to say on the comments is that if you want to learn more, okay, go and join our Legends Pro community. Where was the comments? Here we go. Hi, YouTube. Thanks for the teaching, Devil, amazing strategy. I've gone the goal. This man knows his stuff. Very nice, sir. Trader Mark, thank you so much. Trading is too stressful and time consuming for me. I just want to do spot. Yes, I mean, it depends on how much time you have during the day, okay? And if you only do spot, I hope your bags are packed. And if you have no spot bags, I don't know what you've been doing the last year. I really don't know what you've been doing, okay? Because most of the altcoins, guys, I mean, look at ETH on the weekly time frame, okay? I'm going to go through some of these alts. I'm looking at some of the alts on the weekly time frame. What if you don't have any spot bags of your favorite altcoins or even Bitcoin, okay? If you don't have any spot bags, where have you been? Are you going to wait for ETH to do that before you decide to buy? Okay, you need to buy the dips, guys. If you have spot bags, you know, these dips, even these dips up here, I bought. Okay, I bought some there. I bought some during this consolidation area. I told everyone if we come and tap the trend, I will buy more, which we didn't. And now, ooh, ETH is, guys, can you see this? I mean, yes, there's always the possibility that price is going to reverse and fall to the downside. But then there's the possibility that what if it's breaking a weekly trend? It's potentially closing a candle above this trend. And the next stop, do you guys know where the next stop is? If this breakout is successful, the next stop is at $3,500. That's the next stop. That's from a weekly perspective, the strongest area of resistance to the upside. The next stop is the high at $4,000. Then all-time high at $4,700. So from a weekly perspective, this looks really, 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 really good from a technical perspective. Okay, so please, no financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But if you have not packed your spot bags, you might be too late. Okay, I don't know what you're waiting for. Maybe you want to buy the top. Maybe that's your strategy. I don't know. Okay. Yes, and this is already risky where you buy. If you haven't packed your spot bags during the lows over here, it's already risky to buy over here because now you've pumped How much? You've pumped already from the lows to the high, 19, 20%. So if you now a spot trader that says, I'm going to exercise risk management, I'm going to buy my spot bags over here, and I'm going to put my stop below the lows, you now have a 20% risk. Okay. But I mean, the beauty of it is risk to reward. You take your long tool. Let's say you FOMO in. Okay, you want to claim the highs, your stop goes below the lows. So regardless of the percentage, your risk to reward is still okay. If you're targeting the highs over here, then 4.61, a risk of reward of 4, which basically means for every $100, okay, you are potentially making $400 if we do claim the highs, the all-time highs. Okay. So, I mean, guys, please, no financial advice, but on the weekly and even on the daily, it really looks great. This is an empty space. You guys have to know this is an empty space over here. The first major resistance is at this pivot. And if this breakout is successful, it's going to accelerate you to the upside and it's going to leave you behind. Okay. Also, when you take a FIP, let's just take a FIP here from the high to the low. Oh, perfect. I love it when levels and when the planets starts aligning. Can you guys see how beautifully this pivot aligns with a 0.786? Okay. And I don't think the price is going to stop there. I think it's going to most probably accelerate when because there's no resistance. It's going to accelerate here to the upside. It's going to consolidate. It's going to be boring. It's going to build a bull flaggy. Okay, you can track the momentum and then play the breakout once again to come and claim the highs. That's what I'm kind of seeing over here. And by all means, we have to always look at both sides of the coin. If ETH and something happens, falls here to the downside, I am still very much interested in a $1,800 to $2,000 ETH. I will buy more. I will buy more. But at the moment, I'm not buying anymore. I've already bought. I bought a lot of ETH over here and Link and XRP when we had that Monday. You know, that 5 August Monday. I will never forget that Monday. I was shit scared buying altcoins when I saw this. And I was just like, well, if it feels uncomfortable and I feel scared because of this drop to the downside, it's most likely the best time to buy. And I forced myself to buy Link, XRP. What else did I buy? ETH. There was a couple of altcoins. Doge. I bought a lot during this week. That week to the downside. Okay. And now I'm enjoying the momentum here to the upside. So I'm sitting on my hands at the moment. Let me go through some more comments and we can go through some more alts. Breaking up. What is, it's going. Little bull flaggy broke out. It's going. Nice. Let's go here onto the 15-minute. Okay, so I mean, guys, it just looks like the probabilities are higher to break here to the upside. Okay, this was successful trade from a D-line perspective. Successful trade. Now it looks like it's highly likely that this one is going to claim the high. And now you guys can see firsthand how successful the D-line strategy is if you know how to apply it properly. This is, for me, the easiest strategy to use from a trading perspective. And I still see people lose money with it. You know why? Because they don't backtest it. They don't know where to put their stop losses. They're too greedy to take profits. And even if they know where to put their stop loss and where to take profits, they over leverage their positions so that if they do get stopped out because one D-line strategy didn't play out, they burn such a big hole in their account that they start revenge trading on the next D-line strategy. And then before you know it, they're out the game. Okay, you have to be robotic. You have to stick to your rules. And as simple as this seems, which is in my mind the simplest trading strategy, I still see people lose money with this strategy. So go and backtest it. Okay. But I mean, come on, guys. How simple can this be, right? How simple can this be? General rule is you target the high. Your stop goes below the recent low. Okay, because what you don't basically want is the price should not come back into trend. So that is a good place to put your stop loss. You play the breakout and you target the highs. And usually to play it safe, that's what I like to do, is that if you are in a ranging market, not not a trending market, okay? If you're on a ranging market, I like to take a fib from the high to the low, and I start paying myself at the 618. And then I leave some of the position open to claim the high and even go to higher levels. Okay, 73. There's a possibility that we could smack $77,000 over there. Let's see. Cool. Let me go through some more comments. Pump. This is interesting. I pump into the news. Could potentially give us a dump later on. Mr. Pac-Man, welcome, brother. Like smashed. I took that D-line trade. I'm 40% up and already taken 75% profits. Yes, Pac-Man, because you were in class this morning in the Legends Pro community. You were in class, you paid attention, you play the breakout, bam. I mean, this is what trading is about. It's not about this, it's not about how much money you make. It's about to see if you can get a successful trade. For me, there's no better feeling than to say that I've planned this trade. I know why I'm entering. I know where to put my stop loss and I know where to take profit. And then when the trade plays out, that to me is so satisfactory. Not how much money I made, the fact that my plan played out. Okay, another one. You play the breakout. You aim for the highs. You could have had a relatively tight stop loss here below the lows. Risk to reward still makes sense. The trade played out regardless of how much money I made. Yes, love it. Love it. Okay, that should be the goal. I want to see how many trades I can win, not how much money I can make. The money will follow as a result of the trades that I'm winning because I've planned them properly with good risk management. Okay, so Mr. Pac-Man, well done. I mean, I missed this trade, okay? I'll just be honest about it. I missed this trade, okay? Because I was busy doing technical analysis and, and this is why I ask people to go and use my links down in the description, okay? Because I miss trades where I could have been trading to make some money and all I ask in return is that you guys use my affiliate links. And it's you helping me and it's also me helping you because by you using these links, you get the lowest fees and the biggest sign-up bonuses. And I get a tiny little bit of the commission of the fees that you pay. We would have paid anyways to the exchange. I don't think guys realize this. If you pay $1 to open up a trade, whether you use my link or a link from Google, you still pay $1. Okay, the fee's not changing. You will get lower fees by using the links that I've got down in the description, potential bigger sign-up bonuses. And if you now pay 70 cents to open up a trade or $1 or $5, depending on the position that you play with, I get like a small little cut of that fee. Okay, so it's one way to support the channel so that when I'm here educating everyone and showing my technical analysis and I miss out on these trades, hopefully, the commissions that flow in from the other side, now I have my business hat on, will make up for it. But I mean, the community is still way too small for that. So I know it's going to take time, but we'll get there. Cool. So that's just, the honesty card that I have to play over there because a lot of people do ask me, how does this work? How do you make money from this? And I'm saying that you pay you get the same amount of fee, even less by using like weeks over here. By using this link, you get a lower fee to trade with. And I get a small percentage of the fee that you would have paid anyways. So, a lot of people have to use the links and trade massive amounts of volumes for me to actually say it's worth it. At the moment, it's not worth it, but it's starting, right? It's starting. It's getting there. Cool, but legends. Anyways, whoo, what a nice trade here to the upside. Damn, son. Damn, I missed this trade. But I mean, it just shows you once again how powerful the strategy is, the D-line strategy. Right? And guys, can this be, guys and girls, I need to remember, I do have ladies watching the stream as well. Ladies and gentlemen, could this be the pump into the Fed rate decision that's going to give us the dump to the downside. I've just seen so many times when we get the pump into the news that's not being released yet, it just tells me what maybe we make those 3 peaks and then bam, take the low over here. I'm going to bet on this scenario tonight. Boys and girls, okay, let's see how this plays out. Tomorrow in my live stream, we can go and reassess and you guys can remind me. I have a hunch. Okay, let me do this. Let me go into the 1 hour. Let me take this scribble out the way. I have a hunch that if I take a fib extension, I just want to see where can this wave go to. 1.618. Sorry, I'm doing this fib pool completely wrong, but I want to make a prediction just for the fun of it. Yo, if I don't stuff it up over here, that would help. Okay, there we go. I want to make a prediction. I think what's going to happen is we most probably going to hit this target, maybe. Let me just switch on my today analysis and see if I have confidence. Yes, I think we're going to hit 78,000. Let's see. I think we're going to hit 78,000. Maybe even a little bit lower swing failure from these highs. Let's see how this plays out. And we're going to get a deeper correction. 3 peaks. We're going to have a rollover. Maybe claim these highs or lows. Claim these lows. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to have a pump now into the news. Okay, so that's my prediction. I can be completely wrong. I mean, no one can predict the price of Bitcoin, guys. But what I'm saying is I think we're going to have one more high and then we're going to have a deeper correction. And this could be the fake pump into the news. And then we have a 1.236 level here as well. It's $78,000, 768. So we do have some resistance over here, okay, from a fib extension perspective. And what I want to see over here is, okay, we are already creating hidden bearish CVD. Let's see how this plays out. Very interested to see how that's going to play out. Okay. More comments. Let's go through some comments and then we'll jump through some altcoins. I love 𝗞𝗄𝗃 and how is Weeks. I really like Weeks. Okay. I mean, you can go and test it out, see if you like it. Maybe put $10 in there, $5. Just go stuff around, see how it works. That's how I tested it out. I put a small amount in there, tested it out. And then I added a little bit more, So I'm really enjoying Weeks at the moment. Yes, it's not perfect. I don't think I've ever found a perfect exchange. Like 𝗞𝗃𝗃 for me, example, the one thing that irritates me about 𝗞𝗃𝗃, and I have a irritation about each exchange, is like Binance doesn't have the lines, for example, that shows you where your position is and you can't move your stop losses and things around. Bybit, you can do that. What I don't like about Bybit, the fees are very expensive. What else? 𝗞𝗃𝗃, the marketing shit that they throw in your face the whole time. You have to continuously click to close the windows on 𝗞𝗃𝗃. It's like a marketing nightmare for me on 𝗞𝗃𝗃. Bluffin, I think, what is the thing I don't like about Bluffin? You can't see your unrealized profits. That's the one thing about Bluffin that frustrates me. You also can't change your leverage while you have a position open. With Bybit and 𝗞𝗃𝗃, you can do that. So each exchange has their little pet peeve that I don't like about, but they're all great, right? They're all great to trade with. You just have to see, which one is better for you at the end of the day, and based on the restrictions in your country, which one you can use. Okay, 𝗞𝗃𝗃 have terrible SLTP handling. Okay, yes, I mean, you all have your personal experiences, okay? And this is why I'm testing out new exchanges constantly, okay? Like Weeks over here. I'm testing out, well, I tested out Weeks. I'm now trading on Weeks because I like the low fees. But then again, you only get the low fees by using this link, okay? If you go and search for Weeks on Google and you sign up, you're most probably going to pay double these fees. And also no KYC option. And then I go and test it out. We actually do have, guys, we have even a support channel for Weeks. Let me show you guys over here. guys and girls, okay, we actually have a week's support channel, right? If you have any suggestions, you would like them to add a feature or make something better, I've already given a couple of suggestions over here, 2 weeks. Hey guys, can't you do this? Can't you do that? Whatever the case might be. So we have direct access to the week support team. This is why I'm enjoying trading on them on weeks as well. Okay, cool. Let me switch back to ooh, it's continuing here to the upside. How high is it gonna go? How high will it go? And you know, when price is in price discovery, people just don't know. And I think that's why people just leave their positions open. Okay, and when you know trend-based fibs, I still have a 1.236 here. Very important 1.236. Or is Doge breaking out? What is Doge doing? I've been waiting for this trade. Guys, I'm not going to sit on my hands with this trade. I've been waiting for this trade the whole day, and I actually missed the entry that I wanted. I told everyone this morning, if we sweep the lows and we get acceptance back above, this is where I wanted to enter. I spoke about it this morning. Let me know in the comments, did anyone catch this fucking Doge trade? That was the entry I spoke about. Because I told everyone, if we can catch it here without waiting for the D-line strategy, okay? D-line strategy is just one of many strategies that I've been mastered, or that I've mastered, or that I use. Okay, that's a better word. And I told everyone, if you can catch this long, you can protect your position and just enjoy the momentum here to the upside. Guys, but I mean, I'm going to nibble at this trade, right? Let me just get a position ready here on Bluffin. Mr. Bluffin, let's do Doge. I'm going to open up a small position. I just want to see how much is my risk. That's a 5% stop loss, so there's no leverage for me in this position. That's just how I manage risk. Okay, 5% stop loss is just way too aggressive for me. What you could do is you could go onto the 5-minute. Let's see. Okay, this is your trading setup. Let's see. I mean, fuck. Sorry guys for the French, but I was waiting for this. I didn't set an alarm. I forgot to set my alarm. But boy, oh boy, I spoke about this morning. I said if we claim the lows and we get acceptance back above, that's where I wanted to enter. That is where my stop loss needs to go. And then when you move up, I could have already protected my position, which means it's a free trade to the upside. Missed it. Now I have to play the D-line strategy over here, but I'm going to be aggressive with my stop loss. I'm going to put my stop loss there, and you do increase the probabilities of being stopped out. I just want to make that clear. Price can shoot up, do a retest, stop you out, and then continue. So that's the risk of tightening up your stop loss. It's supposed to go there. Just want to say that. So I don't mind. I'm just going to de-risk myself here. You target the highs. And here by this pivot, I will start taking some profits, which is most probably in alignment with the 50% and the 618. Ooh, yeah, 618. I will take profits. Yeah, roundabout. Yeah, I'm going to start taking profits. So basically, TP1, TP2, close the position. Okay. And also another tip and trick that I most probably didn't share during my Back to the Future update is you ideally you want to wait for a body of a 15-minute candle close above the trend, because if it's going to leave a wick behind, it's most likely going to fall down again. So I'm just going to be a little bit patient over here. I'm not going to play it just as yet, because the 15-minute is still trading below. Yes, you could now potentially get a better entry because it might break out, but it's my rules. I need to follow my rules. I want to see a 15-minute candle close above. That will show me bullishness. Because if you're going to leave the wick behind, you could fall down and claim the low once again. So that's just my rule. But from a trading perspective, you basically want to enter in this zone. This is the D-line strategy. Okay, beautiful 5.79 risk to reward. Putting your stop loss below this consolidation area. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this plays out. I don't like that little wick, and that's why I don't FOMO into trades. I want to see a body of the 15-minute candle close above the trend, because You know, going into a little bit more detail with D-line strategy, we have a A point, we have a B point, and now we have a C point. And usually by the C point or the D point is where the true breakout happens. And I have often seen, depending on which coin you trade, the C point is always where you get the fake out. Okay. I'm not saying that this is going to be a fake out. I'm saying that when you back test it on some of the altcoins, the C point is the fake out and the D point is the real breakout. Okay. But what I do like is we have an A, B, C that's either going to break out, and if it forms and it does this, ooh, I want to be in that trade. But yes, I am a bit frustrated with myself that I didn't take this trade. What I wanted to do this morning is do that and put an alarm. And I'm just going to leave it there, because if we take the low once again, I'm going to be there like a bear. But I mean, we might get the breakout here. But oof, even this one, guys, this low, if we take that low, I want to be in that low. Nonetheless, guys, but even for those of you that did pay attention in class this morning, I spoke about this trade on Doge. I told everyone it's a beautiful trend line. I told everyone about this low. And if we go down below the low and we get acceptance back above, that's where you need to enter. You put your stop loss below the low, and now you could already take profits. I mean, that's the beauty about swing failure patterns, okay? If this breakout fails, you can already take some off the table. You have a free trade here to the upside. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So when you start combining trading strategies, that's where the magic also starts happening. Right. Well, let's see if this plays out. Bitcoin is most probably showing weakness at the moment. Just want to see, what is Bitcoin doing? Oh, it's rejecting. It's rejecting. Oh, it's trading below the wick. Oh, is it rejecting? Did it swing failure from this low? Okay, this is also a swing. I know, guys. There's also, but the Legends Pro community will tell you that I did say, okay, taking a trend-based fib from the high to the low, the 786 is where I potentially see a rejection, where I will potentially consider a short. That's where we're getting the rejection at the moment. But there's a big but. I don't see any weakness. That's the problemo. I told the legends that if I do see weakness, if I see bearish CVD against this pivot and that pivot, or that pivot and that pivot, oh, can this be almost like, guys, almost this pivot and this pivot, like almost bearish CVD. So it has a chance for rejection. You have a lower high, you have ever so slightly bearish CVD only on blue. But I mean, you've already formed bearish CVD against this pivot. So it does make the probabilities weaker against this pivot once again. I think it's building up a bull flag. I think it's going to build up a bull flag and maybe continue. And you can potentially play the breakout like what happened there. Okay, let's see. But I mean, it has rejected here from this high. It rejected 786. You enter, you put your stop above the high. You take profits aggressively to the downside because you're trading against the trend. The trend is up. You're trading against the trend, and when you short, you pay yourself and you protect your cash. It tapped the 0.8. Ooh. I mean, it has to be said, okay? It looks like it wants to continue here to the upside, but do you guys remember what we discussed when we started the stream? Do you guys remember? What if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C? And now when I take a fib, what did I tell you guys? The B wave loves the 0.88. Loves it. and we tapped the 0.88 to perfection. Yes, we did. To perfection. So guys, this could be a rejection. Okay, this could. I don't see any weakness, well, strong weakness on CVD, but this could be a B, and then we're going to get a C, and then continuation back to the upside. That's going to come and sweep up the liquidity below these lows. But it could also build up the bull flag for continuation, because I'm not seeing any weakness. But this is why when you enter a trade, you pay yourself. Okay, you pay yourself. Don't just leave your position open expecting the highs to be claimed every single time. Yes, it has a high probability to go and claim the highs. And I did see Mr. Pac-Man. Is it you that said you took 70% of the profits already? Well done. I mean, that's how we trade. Okay, why not look at USDT dominance chart for BTC resistance in price discovery? Yes, you. I suppose you can. I actually didn't think about it that way. I suppose you can. I will see if I can start incorporating that. It's just the dominance charts, okay, are best analyzed on higher time frames. So I don't want to diss the idea. I like the idea. I need to go and do some homework and go and test out the correlation and see if it has a magic correlation that can be used from a trading perspective. Okay. The problem with the USDT dominance is that the money is inside of the crypto space, not necessarily just Bitcoin. I'm gonna have to go and back test it. So JGD, I like the suggestion, and I can't say it's a crap suggestion. I can't say it's a great suggestion. I need to go and back test it to see. But I see the logic behind it is to say that when Bitcoin is in price discovery on USDT dominance, you still have price action to the left, so you can use that as resistance for possible rejections and stuff. So I see the logic there. I like it, but I need to go and back test it. But if the FOMC news caused BTC to drop, then Doge will also go a bit harder. Yes, I mean, the unfortunate thing is, Bitcoin is the daddy at the end of the day. But. I have seen sometimes, okay, when Bitcoin takes a dump to the downside and dominance falls with Bitcoin, the altcoins will still fall, but it will protect the altcoins. So if Bitcoin, for example, used to fall by 1% and the altcoins fell by 10%, when dominance drops with Bitcoin, the altcoins will still fall, but with less percentages. And I have even seen on Dogecoin and Ethereum and Rune and Solana that I used to use the D-line strategy. I play a breakout on one of those coins. Bitcoin takes an absolute dump to the downside, and all the altcoin does, it does a beautiful retest and continues to the upside because dominance protects it. It's happened to me many times, and that is where a very experienced trader once told me, Devil, you trade the chart in front of you. Don't look at Bitcoin. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at the DXY. Don't look at the total market cap. Don't look at anything else. You trade the technicals that's in front of you. Okay, that's where I learned a very hard lesson, is that if you're trading an altcoin like AVAX or Doge or any Link, Ethereum, okay, you look at the technical analysis in front of you, because it has happened to me many times in the past where I analyze Bitcoin and I see that there's a correction coming for Bitcoin. And while Bitcoin is correcting on its way down, the altcoin goes the opposite way, or it goes sideways. And I'm like, crap, I should have stayed in that trade, because the technical analysis on Doge, for example, told me it's going to go up. But Bitcoin shows me it's going to go down. And then dominance, this little bugger over here, okay, feeds the money back into the altcoin. So, yeah, that's also why I told, I'm not sure if you guys remember, where I told some of the people that I don't like to short altcoins, because I've often seen Bitcoin take a dump to the downside, and all the alts does is they go sideways and they consolidate and build a bull flag and they continue to the upside. I really do not like to short altcoins because of dominance. I short Bitcoin. I don't short altcoins. It's just my preference, okay? You might have great success in shorting altcoins. I don't. I like to short Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Legends, let's go through some more comments. Damn it, this is super setup of Doge. That is so damn bad that you didn't take it. Yeah, I mean, some you win, some you lose. I mean, I'm frustrated that I didn't take it because this is now the second trade that I miss on Doge. I wanted to get in over there, but more importantly, I wanted to get in over here. And I waited for this trend for like I waited for this trade, I think 3 days. It was here the 29th, 31, 1, 2, 3. But I mean, the trend only started forming around about this area. This is where I saw the trend. This is where I saw the trend when price was over here. And I was like, boy, oh boy, if this thing breaks trend, I want to be there. And then what happened is I had my alarm set, everything, but the breakout happened at 2 o'clock in the morning, and my phone was on silent. I didn't hear the alarm. Okay. I really wanted to trade this trade on Doge because I saw the 10% move. On my play account, I wanted to double my account on my play account. And I know that this was the move that was going to give it to me. So if I 10x'd my play, and I'm highlighting play account because it's money I'm prepared to lose. On my week's play account, I wanted to double my portfolio with this trade. Because by 10xing my portfolio, I would have doubled my trade over my account over here. And I was waiting for this trade for like 3-4 days and I missed it. But then, okay, then I played this breakout. And I took profits. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I could have left some of the position open, but at least I made some gains there. This was around about 6%, 7% move. So there's always, and that's why I say there's at least always another opportunity around the corner. So yes, am I like bummed because I missed this one? Yes, but I mean, it happens. Great. I took that one. I caught that one at least. And now I'm waiting for this one. It still has a chance. It still has a chance. It has closed the 15-minute candle below the trend. This is why I don't FOMO into trades. But it has a chance to make a higher low, and then break out. It has that chance. And this is why this was such a great entry. And if, let's just play out the most bearish case scenario, okay? If I take a fib from this pivot, the lowest pivot in this structure to the high, whoo, I like this pivot as well. So if, let's play out the bearish case scenario. Let's say it comes back down, it rejects again, it falls, and it gets acceptance back above this pivot. It maybe falls here, it taps the 786, and it gets acceptance back above, not as it's falling, no limit orders, don't do anything stupid. Okay, you enter, you know exactly where to put your stop loss, and it off to the races. That could be a potentially nice 22% trade. Oh, that would be beautiful. That's a 2x on my play account. Okay. Right, legends, but I mean, it has the chance, okay? I don't want to scare anyone. If you're already in this trade, I hope you have paid yourself, because that is a rejection zone. You should pay yourself up here, and then pay yourself on the way up by these pivots, okay? These pivots, 0.618, and potentially close your position at the high, or leave some, 5-10% open for higher levels. Always a possibility. But I mean, this is now the trade. Like, I've been waiting for this trade that I missed. This could be it. Okay, this could definitely be it. What else? Where's the comments? Where did the comments run to? Let's go. Let's go. You and Andy are relatives. Yeah? No. Andy is Andy. I'm not sure if Andy was born in Spain. We came from the UK. I can't remember, but no, me and Andy are not relatives. We are good friends. Okay. What do you think about scallop? Ooh, now, Mr. Abraham, now you're talking. Okay, now you're talking. I'm glad you asked the question because no one ever asks me that question. Mr. Scallop, right? I'm going to tell you guys where I bought some scallop. I did share this with our Legends Pro community. Remember, first link down in the description. That's where I bought scallop. I bought me some scallop over here. Why, you may ask? Devil, why did you buy scallop as it was falling to the downside? No, I didn't buy the fall. I bought the recovery. Let me show you guys. On the daily time frame, this is what I like, okay? I mean, come on. The selling pressure, you can just see it. Technically, the selling pressure, it doesn't wanna. As soon as it hits this box, selling pressure is just out the window. There's no more selling pressure. No more selling pressure, no more selling pressure. And then when I saw that, okay, and we got acceptance back above, can you guys see? We dipped below, we got acceptance back above, bam. Was that scallop that you mentioned there? Yes, scallop. That's where I bought scallop. Because you have to acknowledge from a technical perspective, okay, what do market makers want to do? They want to stop you out. They want to eat your liquidity so that they can fill their bags. And if anyone has been accumulating scallop during the last 2 years, 3 years, okay, where did they put their stop losses? There's your liquidity pool. Okay, anyone that's been accumulating during this entire zone and not taking profits, where did they put their stop losses? Yeah. So when I saw this grabbing the stop losses and getting acceptance back above, I was like, "Ooh, I have to buy some scallop." Okay, I mean, very high risk. I take this as I see this as a lotto ticket. Okay, this is not a day trading coin for me. This is a lotto ticket. It's less than 1% of my portfolio when I bought over here. Okay, speculating that we could potentially go and claim the highs. This is very high risk. Okay, I have to stress, very high risk. Okay, this is not you go and put your life savings in here and you go make a loan by the bank to come and buy scallop. But I am betting over years my lotto ticket to at least go and claim the highs at 4x, 5x. Okay, let's see how this plays out. But I do acknowledge that it can go much, 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 much higher. Do I think scallop will ever get to $100? I don't know. Okay, I'm not betting on that at all. Do I think that scallop can potentially claim these highs? Yes. As a maximum target, I think scallop can at least come and claim these highs. And that would still give my lotto ticket a gain of 50x. Okay. And I mean, high risk, please guys, high risk. Nothing's ever guaranteed in the market. The project can go bust. The CEO can get fired. Someone can yach on, nonsense, screw up the whole project, because you have to realize that these tokens that you guys see, all of these tokens are businesses. It's got people working. And if someone screws up or the CEO steals money from the account or liquidates his position because he's over leveraged somewhere else, or if anything happens to the people working for this company or the company makes the wrong decision, is no more, is gone. Okay, so it's not just the technicals, it's the fundamentals can kill the project as well. So I just want to highlight this is high risk. Okay, so although it looks fantastic from a technical perspective, the fundamentals can still kill it. And this is why it's a lotto ticket for me. Okay. Ooh, still getting the rejection. Okay, we spoke about the scenario. Remember, Legends, if you guys are in the comments, I mean, you know that we spoke about this, 786, possible rejection. I did not see the weakness, but I mean, the risk management is nice. The risk management is nice. Oh, purple volume is increasing. Now the question is, are we making bullish CVD? That is the question. Not yet. Not yet. But I mean, as price is falling, we have a chance, right? If, oops, devil, you need to click the right buttons over here. As price is falling potentially here to the downside, and CVD continues to fall here as well, making bullish CVD against this pivot, it still has a chance for a bounce before it claims the lows. If it stays neutral, then not, I mean, it even has a potential to make bullish CVD against this pivot, right? Okay, so this is now, if you're not sure, observe what CVD is doing to show you the way. At the moment, it's neutral. There's no bullish and no bearish CVD at the moment. So now you just have to wait for some weakness or some strength, because it could be building a bull flag, but it doesn't look great, okay? When I look at this structure, it has a potential to come and sweep up this low at $72,000. It has the potential, because this does look like, for those of you that's been following me since the beginning of the stream, you know exactly what we're talking about over here, where this can be an A, B, C. And then it continues. We don't know, but this does look like the end of the impulse over here, which can go higher to create the 3 peaks. And then I'll be watching the $78,000 700 mark. But what could happen? What could happen is take a fib from the high to the low. Okay, what I've seen is, I know that the B wave love the 0.88, so it does have the potential to roll down. Okay, we've established that to create the C wave, but also, if this is not a B wave and it's still going to claim this high, okay, usually what happens is, when you tap the 0.88, game of probabilities is high to go and claim the high, which says that usually you retrace to the 0.618, and the 50% price should start slowing down here and continue and take out the high. So there's your other probability. If it builds a bull flag over here, guess what? You can track the momentum and play the breakout. Again, you missed the breakout, wait for the consolidation, you play the next breakout. If it doesn't form a consolidation and falls down, it's most likely a C wave. Okay. Let's spend some time here in the comments. I want to talk to you guys a little bit. Just have a sip of cold drink. Can you check TRB? It's bottoming. TRB. I have never heard about TRB, but it is available on Binance. I'm not sure about the fundamentals. It looks familiar. It really looks familiar. I mean, it's a very old project, right? Ooh, man, oh man, look at that. What, how insane. 60x in one day. 60x in one day. And then someone took profits. And I can just imagine, oh my word, if you FOMO'd into this trade and there's a whale that says, okay, I'm selling, goodbye. Shame. No, man, shame. Okay, so let's just see here at the bottom. It does look like it has found the floor over here. But there's a little bit of a but for me over here. So there's 2 buts. The best investment opportunity that I see over here is that you have not claimed these lows just as yet. You haven't claimed them, which is a bit concerning to me. Like I've just shown you on Scallop, you've now officially claimed them. This is why it looks bullish to me. Is you have a low, you dipped below, and you got acceptance back above. So you ate everyone's stop losses and you stopped them out. Okay, so what I see here on TRB is that I would personally like to see this. That would be a much better entry for me. Okay, if you're not going to get this, then you need to track the momentum, and it does look like it does have a nice momentum line here. Not sexy as hell, but it does have a momentum line. You put on your alarm because you might not get this. Okay, you might not get that, but if you do get that, boy, then it's game on. But if you don't get that, you wait for the break of the trend and you put your stop below the low. So that's what I see here on TRB. Let's go through some more comments. Like and subscribe, Mr. Crypto Big Brains. Yes, I mean, let me check the feed here on YouTube. What is cooking? 200 people watching. How many likes? Doesn't show me here at the moment how many likes I have. How many likes do we have? I think the like Crypto Big Brains, I think the like button is bearish, isn't it? 172 likes. Woo, well done, boys and girls. That is fantastic. I mean, the likes are almost as high as the people watching the stream here at the moment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, let me just zoom this back in. Okay, Lucas, Devil, can we check wave C targets? Okay, based, yes, I think that's a good question. Okay, there we're getting the bounce. Okay, so you know, guys, I just want to say it always has the possibility and the probability of claiming the high because you tapped to 0.88. It has a higher chance of claiming the high, okay, than falling down. But we have to now speculate as per the question. Well, what if this is a B wave? Where can the C end? You take a fib extension. Trend-based fib, from the high of 5 to the low of A to the high of the potential B, which looks like it wants to be claimed. But nevertheless, okay, you have 3 important targets that you need to watch. The 1-to-1, which basically means you sweep up the liquidity below these lows, and then you get a bounce on the trend. Ironically, you get a bounce on the trend for continuation. That's a C wave target at $74,000, 267. And then you have the 1.236. And I have to stress that these two are the most common C wave targets. Very common C wave targets, especially if the B did not take the high. Then for an extended C wave here to the downside, it's the 1.618 as a maximum target. $73,000. So that's where the C wave could end if this is a B wave. Hope that makes sense. Cool. What means acceptance back above? How do you look for that? Okay, so the easiest, I actually get this question a lot. I really get this question a lot. But basically, it's a swing failure pattern. Failing to take the low and continue. Failing to take the high and continue. So a successful swing pattern is it breaks the lows properly with a high amount of volume. It retests this area as resistance and it continues. Okay, that is a successful breakout, if I can call it that. A swing failure pattern is you have the lows, you dip below, and price recovers back up above this level. Can you see? It's currently trading above. Okay, you just dipped, you know, it's like sticking your toe in the water and taking your toe out without jumping into the pool. It didn't jump in the pool. If the price fell down, okay, properly, and it retested it, now it's inside the, it fell in the pool, okay, I don't know how else to explain it, right? Then I would have said no more swing failure pattern. Like it's over. Maybe it's a, what's the other one? My brain is flat now. Yeah, at the moment. Anyways, but this is the easiest way that I can explain it. Even against this low over here, you dip below, and now you are trading above. That's acceptance back above the level. That's what I mean by acceptance back above the level, especially if you have a daily time frame candle close above the level. That means that you have now gotten acceptance back above the level. Okay. Like and subscribe to the channel, legends. Heat is down. Can you check TRP bottoming? I've gone through that. Oh, here we go. Could you check Monta? Guys, I'm unfortunately not going to check out any other altcoins at the moment. My brain is completely fried. How long have I been here? 2 hours and 14 minutes. Oof, absolute killing it here today with the live streams and this week. Okay, it's bounced from daily open. Consider daily open as confluence. Yes, definitely. Christoffel, yes, it can find support by the daily opens. Can you please look at Solana's pumping again? Yes, respect, bro. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Remember, also your way to support the channel and for me to give you and come to you every day with the education and the trading setups and the love and the alpha is use the link down in the description to sign up with Bluffin, where you get money airdropped into your account as the more you trade, and weeks 0% make a fee, 0.0% take a fee by using this link. No KYC required. Sign up in a couple of minutes. You can start trading. And until the next one, legends, thanks for joining. See you in the next one. Cheers for now.